I'm Todd Grisham, and we are live here at the one-of-a-kind Empire Fight Camp. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson. Alexander Jai. How will these two fighters? What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. Good counter punch. Unlucky to miss with that jab. That big hook doesn't land. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Throws the uppercut, but misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Punch, counter punch. These two fighters are made for one another. When you're fighting a counter puncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counter puncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counter puncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs. Here we go. It's round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That counter shot lands. Catch and shoot. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. Threw the uppercut, but did not score. That jab won't score. Couldn't land that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest.
There's the bell for round three. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Well done with that counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Good counter punching. You got to like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Couldn't land that jab. And he scores with the counter. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit, and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The perfect counter lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Perfect punch. He misses with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Swing and a miss with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. The game plan does... And there's the bell for round 5. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
How about that time counter shot? What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter shot. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. A perfect counter shot. Just avoids the left uppercut. They both want a knockout, you can tell. That counter punch caught him clean. There's a counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next.
Good work. That's it.
On to the 6th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
He threw a punch and just got countered. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter. These two were made for each other. Missing with the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. And there's the bell for round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter punch. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
You'd like to see more jabs. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
see that? The big Ukrainian in big trouble. How did they survive that?
Defense, defense, defense is everything.
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel yet, so I guess he's come. And there's the bell for round 8. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That counter punch caught him clean. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous